We thought ants were tiny harmless builders, but what if they weren't building for us? What if deep underground they were creating the largest civilization Earth has ever seen? Now they're ready to take over. It started small, unnoticed beneath our feet. Ants, always organized and tireless, began to evolve at a pace no one could explain. In hidden tunnels, they developed structures bigger and stronger than anything we had ever seen. Underground glowing chambers housed millions of workers moving like a single living machine. Their communication became more complex, echoing like whispers in the soil. Above ground, we saw no sign of their empire, but deep below their mega city, spread for miles, complete with transportation systems, farming zones, and storage towers of food. Entire colonies merged into one global network. They had engineers, soldiers, and even builders working nonstop, without rest. Humanity was still unaware of the world growing just below their cities. The ants were preparing for something far beyond survival. As their empire expanded, strange tremors began shaking urban areas. Construction workers reported finding massive hollow chambers during digs, each glowing faintly with bioluminescent moss. Scientists discovered that ants had created ventilation systems so advanced they could mimic weather patterns underground, with hydro systems tapping into aquifers. They redirected water for their crops. The tunnels were lined with materials stronger than concrete, woven from saliva, soil, and a resin-like secretion. Each chamber served a purpose: hatcheries, markets, and what looked eerily like meeting halls. Cameras lowered into the depths revealed millions of ants working in perfect harmony, their antennae pulsing with light signals. It wasn't just instinct anymore, it looked like planning. Above ground, humans laughed off the findings as nature's oddity, but the ants were learning fast, watching us with unblinking black eyes. Then came the first surface breach. Entire city streets collapsed as massive ant towers rose from the earth, glittering with mineralized outer shells. The towers emitted faint humming noises like a living heartbeat. Swarms of soldier ants the size of small dogs marched in formation, carrying materials unknown to human science. Panic spread as news broadcasts showed cities overtaken by shimmering black and gold structures. Ants rerouted power lines, cutting electricity to neighborhoods above. Drones sent into the mega city showed massive halls with pillars, bridges, and thousands of ant citizens moving like clockwork. Humanity realized too late this wasn't an infestation, it was a civilization. Ants were not only building, they were expanding aggressively into human territory. Governments debated retaliation, but weapons failed to penetrate their structures. The ants had out-engineered us in silence. As their expansion continued, strange patterns appeared in human technology. Phones and computers glitched as ant colonies tapped into underground cables. It became clear they were learning to use our networks. Entire server farms went dark, and cities lost access to the internet. Satellite images showed geometric patterns in forests and deserts, revealing sprawling ant metropolises hidden under nature's cover. Scientists warned these megacities operated on an intelligence we could no longer call instinctive. The ants seemed to understand human behavior, avoiding conflict zones, targeting food distribution centers, and disabling key infrastructure. Global trade routes collapsed as ants occupied port cities with their black spires. Humanity faced an enemy that didn't negotiate, didn't rest, and didn't fear death. People began fleeing urban centers, but the ants were already there waiting. In the final days, it was clear the ants had won. Entire continents had sunk into quiet submission as their megacities rose like alien worlds on Earth. Humans were left to survive in isolated pockets, their skyscrapers crumbling while ant towers glowed at night like stars on land. The air changed heavy, with pheromones released by the colonies to mark territory. Some humans tried to communicate tapping into pheromone patterns, but the ants ignored them. Others swore they saw larger ants, mutated leaders with glowing red eyes, overseeing construction with chilling precision. The planet was no longer ours. The ants had built a new Earth beneath the ruins of the old one. And as the last human radio transmissions faded, one truth remained unspoken. The age of man was over. The age of ants had begun.